world. Hey, it's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. And joining us today from the Bennington Show is Chris Stanley. Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Chris.
Nice
How's it going?
Chris, I know you had some things you wanted to plug, and I didn't get a chance to see your plug sheet, but it's so great to have you on the Bennington Show.
Really great to have you back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What have you been up to?
Oh, this and that. And,
have you lost weight?
Gained weight.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Well,
I know something.
Hopefully you'll start smoking again, and I mean chain smoking, because
Gotcha on that.
How long had you quit smoking?
A year and change.
A year and change, so I forget how it came up where you were able to be honest about stuff.
I think you mentioned, well, Chris, you stopped. It's great that you stopped smoking. And I was like, no, it's actually start smoking again.
Right. But he was hiding it from us. He was going across the street behind a trash can because I guess we're his parents.
Right.
But so yesterday I sat down with him, and it's just like he's using cigarettes to light the next cigarette. And I looked down. We've been out there like 10 minutes. And there was like 5 butts around him. I'm like, you really are smoking again.
Yeah. Dead soldiers, Ron. That's what I call them.
No.
That's wrong.
No, that's not it.
That's a beer can that's empty.
It's not dead soldiers at all.
Yeah, I jumped right back into smoking, chain
He
smoking.
commits, though.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, I'm not going to do this shabby.
Right. No,
I'm
it's true.
all in.
Yeah. He's 0 or 10 at all times. But have you noticed that his stress level has really just calmed down immediately?
I think,
You know what?
Yeah, it helps.
Cigarettes are great for stress, everyone. I'm just going to can I do a live read for cigarettes?
They say, yeah.
I'm not sure that's legal.
Or true, because you are as stressed as you've ever been.
And what really bugs me is that I started smoking e-cigs a year ago. The week that I quit e-cigs, he went back to smoking. So I'm like, how come we can never all have a smoke break together?
Because he's a contrarian with the ladies. We know that about him.
Yesterday, I'm leaving work. And Chris and I came down the elevator together. So he goes and he sits out for a smoke.
Right.
I say bye to Chris. I'm walking towards the train. I'm maybe like about 20 feet away from him. And I hear this huge crash sound. And I turn around and there's a cyclist, a guy on a bicycle, and he's just on the ground. He's just laid out completely. And he looks kind of fucked up. So I just run towards him because I don't know what's going on. And me and about like 5, 6 other people are standing over the guy, and we're like leaning over. They're asking him questions. There's not a lot I can do. I just want to see if he needs help up or if he needs an ambulance. So people are saying, okay, what do you think happened? He's like, I don't know. He seems a little dazed. But eventually I turn to the guy who's on the ground with him and I go, do you think he's all right? Do you think he needs an ambulance? He says, I think we can get him up. Thanks. I go, okay, great. I turn back. I look up and Chris Stanley is like 3 feet away from the guy, sitting there, smoking a cigarette with no reaction whatsoever. Like, he was the closest person to this man. And he's in, like, full lounging position, smoking. And I just look at him and I go, Chris, like that. And he just goes like this. He's okay. Like, a crowd of people had ran. Like, I ran from far just to be like, oh, is this guy all right?
Can I explain something to you there, Gail? Chris Stanley is one of the last of the natural-born New Yorkers. He learned at an early age you don't react to something that's happening.
And I honestly was walking away and I was thinking, he's full Costanza.
Yeah.
Like, he is, like, I actually know a George Costanza.
Yeah.
Like, he was so inappropriately just leaned back watching the show and smoking.
The saddest part of this is he would have reacted the same way if it was you that fell off that bike.
That's what I was
or
thinking.
Jen or Vito. If it was me, he'd have jumped up. Boss, you okay? Who fucking did this? I'll fucking kill him.
Look, what was I going to do to help this dude? And plus, they were like...
Apparently nothing, Chris. Nothing. No thing.
There was like 5 or 6 people on this guy quick. I saw it go down. I'm smoking. I didn't even hear the crash. I saw it happen, and then and everyone else heard the crash and like fucking ran running towards this dude. Cause he was like laying down in the street for a while. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a head injury, but I can't help him. I can't help this guy.
Yes.
And what if I try to help him and I end up fucking him up more? Then now I'm liable.
What more? What are you gonna do? Punch him while he's down? You gonna kick him?
People are so happy these days.
Oh
These days. Okay, Grandma, relax.
In my day, you'd have been able to go over and pick his wallet. But no more. No more.
I think, personally, there were too many people around him. I mean, the one person at
Chris,
best.
if you were in the desert, you wouldn't have gotten up. So stop making excuses and accept yourself. You don't give a fuck about an injured stranger or friend.
And he was like a young guy, so I was positive he was going to be good. Like that guy.
Yes, young people never die of head injuries. You're right. Forgot.
And he did seem really dazed. Like, we all stood there for a little bit just to make sure he was speaking normally.
By the way, could you see him as a doctor? Well, he's a young guy, so I'm not going to do any tests on him. I don't know why he has a fever.
By the way, he says, I don't know what I could have done. I couldn't have done anything. I have no medical training.
You could have been a human.
I have no medical training. I just thought if he needs a little help getting on his feet, or if somebody needs to call an ambulance for this man.
Could have been.
That's all I was going to do.
You could have been like BL and sang Amazing Grace while he died on the ground. Every once in a while that pops in my head.
Totally.
This poor motherfucker had to hear her sing that.
I totally blocked that.
There's too many BL things to remember. But that one, Amazing Grace. Man, back up. Miss Elizabeth, by the way, is just Queen Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth passed away some time ago. I always miss. Send us this ass bopping thing.
Just a little jiggle.
It throws me off my whole day, though. Like, I'm probably just going to keep it up there like a screen cap.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty mesmerizing.
Who is she? Why is she doing this? It's fascinating, you know? I want to make a doc about that ass right there. Hello, Mommy. All right, it's Wednesday. May 17th. Chris, are you going to be able to stay the show with us today?
Yes, I
All
will.
right, cool. So
nice. That's
all locking in. I say Trump is talking the first time since the memo. Please, somebody, if there's something I need rehab is getting off watching the news at prime time.
Yeah.
I'm putting in 3-4 hours some nights. You know, I'm doing other stuff. I'm reading. I'm prepping for the unmasked that we have coming up. But I just let this craziness into my brain constantly.
It's very difficult to turn yourself away.
Did you ever notice that they just keep adding guests to all these shows where there's 7 or 8 people as guests at all times?
I have seen panels that I'm pretty sure were in the teens, where I'm like, CNN is the worst of that, where like, MSNBC will have like 6 people sitting there sometimes during a big story, and you're like, this is too much. But I swear I've seen CNN ones where it was just like, it looks like the Last Supper. It's like they're all lined up.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's really weird.
Some of them are at their house. Some of them are there. They disagree. They agree. Sometimes there'll be 8 people in a row saying Nixonian. I just feel like it's gotten insane to me. It's like a chat room, like an old AOL chat room. I can't keep up. You know, just keeps flying by, and I'm like, did that guy call me a dick?
ASL.
ASL. That was your thing?
Oh yeah, ASL. And I'm always older than I actually was.
And had a better job?
Yeah.
I'm a bartender on a cruise ship stationed in Miami. That's interesting.
24 years old.
My time off, I like surfing and... Shut up. Oh, and I'm an archaeologist. I found some kind of dinosaur bones somewhere. A fascinating man.
Don't ask me details.
Please, for the love of Christ.
And no, the Yankees don't suck.
That'll get you mad.
Yeah.
All right, so Dimitri Martin on Friday.
That's happening this Friday at 1:30 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios here in New York City. Go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
Free tickets for Dimitri Martin?
Free, 100% free.
Dimitri Martin is one of those guys like, okay, he's a stand-up, then he's got a show, and he's doing books, and now he's written and directed his own movie, and everyone else just looks fucking lazy next to him.
Yeah,
you know?
And he's a young gun for all the stuff he's done.
Oh, yeah. He's very young. He's probably even younger than he looks, because it seems like he's been around too long to look as, I mean, he looks like if he had on a graduation gown, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think the people that he went to school with are like, oh, fuck.
Another project?
He actually started a movie with Ang Lee.
Taking Woodstock.
Yeah, Taking Woodstock. Which,
very cool.
Well, there's nothing about Woodstock I won't watch. Every time
like
it comes
the history of Woodstock.
I don't know what it is. I've interviewed people. I've read books. I've seen documentaries. There's enough for the fucking Woodstock, Ron.
Now, was that Taking Woodstock 99?
Trump, they just put under it, he just said about himself, no politician has been treated worse.
It's not even that I have an example. It's just a hilarious thing to say. I'm not going to disprove it. It's just a really funny thing to say.
I don't think Lyndon Johnson thought that he was treated well, or Nixon.
Yeah.
I think
Carter treated shit.
I think Carter. They treated Bill Clinton. Had a giant approval rating, and they beat him up every fucking day of his life.
This is also coming from a man who once questioned if our president was an American. I mean, that was him beating up.
I do kind of think he was born in Ethiopia, though. I can't. It's just a gut feeling I have. Where did they used to say he was from? It was some crazy
Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah. That was all because of that Kenya. Can you believe it? He's an American. Where was the Post with that fucking headline? It would have been fantastic.
I fucked up.
All right, so Dimitri Martin on Friday. I want us to do a street jokes on the air soon. Where's Vito today? He could be. Vito, I want you to be in charge that we're going to do street jokes soon. All right, Cuban shirt.
This is a very good look for you. Yeah. That hat and the shirt together.
Well, my date got moved to today, so going on a lobster boat, thought I'd wear a nice white shirt.
Wait, your third date is a lobster boat?
Yeah, it's a nice little date in New York City, go on a lobster boat, get some lobster.
Are you on a boat?
Yeah, it's like a boat. It's $10 to get on, and you take a nice little cruise up the Hudson River.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
This is hilarious.
All right, this fucking boat looks like shit.
Third date, and he's going on a lobster boat. That's
an anniversary. This is the nice date. Look at the SS Minnow.
Wait, why didn't he just lean forward like, what did I get myself into? It looked like he hadn't even Googled the lobster boat.
Good God. The lobster boat. Are you
looking at the North River Lobster Company boat?
Yep, North River Lobster Company.
It's a nice boat. I've been on it once.
I'm going to be standing on the dock chucking rocks at you guys.
Dude, that is hilarious.
They have a nice oyster situation.
Just take her on the Staten Island Ferry and drink Tall Boys.
Very classy date.
But here's the thing. You're driving around fresh water. You know what I mean? There's no reason for you to be eating lobster and oyster out there. It doesn't do anything to it.
Well, I mean, like, once you get to the George Washington Bridge.
Oh, come on.
What do? Turn around?
Yeah, you turn around, you look at the bridge, and you go, hey, that's where you get the Jersey from.
How long is this trip?
It's like a 30-minute cruise.
30 minutes.
How quick do you eat these lobsters?
How quick can you?
You sit on the boat after. It's just like during the boat, it just takes sporadic cruises.
Oh my God.
Wait, so you're docking and undocking the entire time? Oh my God. This is insane, Vito.
I think it's hilarious.
No.
And I think if I was dating someone on third date, he's like, I'd like to take you on this lobster cruise around Manhattan. I'd be like, this is weird. I'm definitely going to say yes to that because it's so bizarre.
Now I feel like my white shirt's a little much.
Can I just tell you something?
You match the boat.
This is your third date. I'll put a scene note right now that he doesn't have a quarter-carat fucking diamond ring in that pocket, ready to hand it to her once they get under the Washington Bridge.
Milady, I've known you for 3 days now.
The name of this ship is the Destiny, so that's fortuitous.
A real boring tour. Where does she leave you go through 3 buckets of oysters while they're trying to fucking undock that piece of shit? Oh God, there's picnic tables on there.
What are you doing, man?
Is it lobster rolls?
Yeah, lobsters, lobster rolls, oysters.
Do you get a whole lobster at any
If you want to, you can. It's an a la carte menu.
What are you going to order?
I think I'm going to do oysters and maybe a nice little lobster roll.
Sounds lovely. That just sounds lovely.
That's
like
their lobster roll?
This is their lobster roll. Yeah, just pulled it up.
What do you say to a double date?
Did you just say a wing appetizer?
Yeah, she's like a winged appetizer.
I hope she has a seafood allergy. She starts fucking flopping around out there.
God, that would be awful.
They serve alcohol on this ship?
All right, Dutch wants to give you some tips here. Go ahead, Dutch. You're on the Bennington show.
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
So let me see if I have this right. You're going on a Circle Line tour with a bunch of Groupon users and senior citizens celebrating anniversaries in 90 degrees with raw seafood sitting outside on picnic benches?
All right, first of all, this is just next to the Circle Line. This has nothing to do with the Circle Line cruise.
Yes, because the Circle Line actually goes somewhere.
Circle Line's upscale. Circle Line's the next level up from this.
Circle Line is not upscale. Nobody would ever
Compared to the fucking lobster boat?
Compared to the Destiny? Hell yeah, I'd rather be on the fucking Circle Line.
Looks like the
How many
Orca.
families are being smuggled over in this boat in cartons underneath?
smuggled through Manhattan.
Dude, I'd be doing a fucking cannonball just to get off this fucking boat so fast. Thanks, Dutch. You're a fucking character, dude.
We're gonna have a good time.
You're gonna be covered in butter. I've seen you eat lobster.
I got really nervous when I realized I was wearing a white shirt.
Yeah,
Yes.
risky.
I got a cup of coffee today, and I had to hold it like a foot away from my body as I walked through the building.
You're in a world of shit.
I am in a world of shit. Holy sh! He's a fucking character.
Can't believe
You
it.
can't fucking write this shit. I couldn't write a character this fucking clueless.
I can't believe that's why he's dressed like this. It's so funny.
This is my thought with the white shirt. I know I'm going to sweat in like 90-degree weather, but it's dusk, so it probably won't be too hot. Maybe a nice little breeze, but this will hide my sweat.
Well, you will be on the open water.
Yeah, the water gives a breeze.
Hey, Ray, what's up, buddy?
Hey, you know it's going to be a bad date if Chris Stanley in the background goes, that's the most insane thing he's ever heard. That says a lot.
That's a Tinder freak. That's a guy who met a mental patient at a by-hour fucking hotel.
Fucking shitty Long Island City.
This is Chris checking in a hotel. I'll be the desk clerk. How many hours will you be staying with us today?
Is there a deal on 2?
Well, considering my whiskey dick,
Come on.
Could be here all night. And would you be willing to give an extra $2 for a bath towel?
Nope.
Would you like any of our 25-cent mints?
Hell no.
Hey, Andrew, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I just want to recommend to Vito that he order the krill. I heard it's very good.
Yes, order the krill. You look like a gentleman.
Okay, that sounds delightful.
Yeah. And then just keep your mouth open as you swim by to let the plankton on the back of your tongue. Jesus. This is so fucking funny. I'm hoping New York One runs an emergency tonight that the fucking lobster boat.
Breaking news.
Yes. Breaking news, breaking boat. Everyone on the boat has to hold on to Vito as he floats them to safety.
Oh, shit.
What an animal. What a fucking sea animal.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. They're going to end up fucking just calling you a manatee the whole time that you're out there. You got to be serious about this girl. Your fucking heart is soft right now.
I'm taking it seriously, and I thought a nice little lobster boat.
Dude, I love the idea that you're thinking.
Yeah.
That's the sweet thing.
It's
but
really
check.
cute.
All right, check with your friends. You know?
run it by us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
An idea like that.
I probably should have ran it by. I don't want to be like Chris, bringing girls to just sleazy bars.
No, look.
From the sleazy bar.
Look. Comparing yourself with Chris is easy. That's fucking fine.
Of course you're doing better than that.
You're doing way better. You're a human. You're a human being.
Treats a woman like a person.
I treat women very well.
I forgot this thing about Vito, and I was like literally tossing and turning in bed, and I'm like, hey, Vito was recording fans down in Austin, and he was going to put it all together, and it never happened. Remember that? Before we left, that was going to be his thing?
Yeah, I remember us talking about
Does
it.
anybody else remember? Do you remember it, Vito?
Yeah, I have the audio.
For what? We've been back for like 3 weeks now.
Oh, well, I sent it to somebody actually sitting in your room.
When?
2 days ago. We talked about it. I said, I'll send you this.
But still, 3 weeks later.
What were you hoping?
But you just acted like it never happened. You didn't remember it.
I don't remember.
Like that.
He's like,
I knew it right away, too. I looked at him and I was like, that's the face of a liar right there. Like, I could tell he did a laugh that I was like, he knows more about this story.
Now, by the way, Vito, what is wrong with this girl that she's letting you take her out on a lobster boat? You think she's just too shy to say the truth yet? Like, dude, I'm not going on a fucking boat around the Hudson.
I think she just likes seafood, and she's looking forward to this.
Yes, do you know how many wonderful seafood restaurants that you don't have to get on a hot boat?
You can stay in this building and go to one.
Yeah, seriously.
I think she's looking...
Of course, it's not $10 for an entire buffet.
Well, no, this isn't a buffet. It's just
I'm
$10.
only fucking kidding.
Okay,
you,
good. I didn't want you to think I was
lunatic.
that sleazy.
You're not sleazy at all. You're a fucking gentle, sweet man. That's all. He was out on some kind of Marty date tonight.
We also did that quiz that said, I would like a fun, adventurous date. This is a fun, adventurous date.
It's not adventurous, dude. That's the fucking problem.
It's an adventure around the Hudson.
Yes, that's not an adventure. Okay? People fucking go to work that way every day. You're going to go buy people that are holding briefcases heading back to fucking Jersey.
We're going to pass the water taxi. And the beast.
You try to board it.
Ken in Chicago.
Vito, you said you wore a white shirt so you wouldn't see your sweat. I would ask you to look up something called a wet T-shirt contest and let me know if you made the right decision.
So I got an undershirt on, man.
He's way ahead of you. Then he'll just be able to see his nice tank.
Is that a linen shirt?
I thought it was when I bought it. I thought it was when I ordered it online.
Yeah.
When it came in, it's actually pretty thick.
Okay. Because you never wear an undershirt with a linen shirt. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because
It's
of the sweat.
ridiculous.
Take down the shirt off before you go on the date.
You say because of the sweat, but then you
I'll
wear a
take it.
fucking wife beater.
Well, yeah, because the wife... I wear a wife beater. I don't wear like a...
Yeah, but how's that because of the sweat? Where's it protecting? Your belly sweat?
Never
The
thought
nips.
about that. Well, yeah, the nips is big, and also it's kind of like a optical
They are.
illusion.
They're like fucking big lobster plates. I'm very excited for you.
I am too.
I'm just hoping this.
Hey,
one
could
doesn't
you get some pictures for the Instagram?
of what, the lobster boat?
You and the lobster boat, your date, then fucking send it in to Chris another 7 weeks from now. We're all like, what was this about?
I don't know, man.
I'll take some pictures in the lobster boat. I might not take pictures of her for the Instagram.
Sure, I understand.
Take some from me.
He's private.
Why don't you do this with her, okay? After the lobster boat, take her to the zoo. I'll take you to the zoo. That was Rocky's fucking comeback
Yeah,
line. That was so
good
brilliant.
one.
I'll
That's really
take you
good.
to the zoo.
Oh, shit, Rocky.
Ice skating was on the table too.
Yeah, you should. Take her out ice skating. Steve in Detroit. Steve.
I wanted to get Gail's perspective. Do women find men wearing a lobster bib sexy?
I don't think anyone finds a lobster bib.
I don't think I've ever put a lobster bib
I've
on.
never put it on. I would probably feel pretty weird if anyone at my table was wearing one. It's not even attractive or unattractive. It's just like, it's weird behavior, male, female, for anyone.
Right. Well, I think it works with the female if the bib says, I'm a bad girl, daddy. And there's no shirt on underneath it.
That's role play.
We're on a lobster boat.
Just give her a cum bib. She's gonna fucking need that the way you've been holding back these last several years. When she gets hit with a fucking MLK fucking fire hose of jizz. I hope tonight's date goes great, dude. I really do. You gonna scuba diving in the fucking East River after, or what are you gonna do?
No, that seems like a fourth or fifth date.
Take her out for jet skis.
Like Hitch?
So, I don't find it interesting that you pick, fun date as date number 3. I mean, that's early for fun date.
He
don't you
loves
think?
her, though. He's in love.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people do fun date early on, first or second date.
I've never even thought of making a fun date.
It's like a date that's not just drinks or food. It's like an activity.
A fun date is something that a weekend dad has to do with his kids.
Mini golf?
Yes.
So no go-karting?
Yes, these are all fun dates. Mini golf.
Medieval times.
Go to a carnival, perhaps.
Oh, Medieval Times was a good call.
No, I'm going to step in on this one.
No,
the lobster boat
Gail.
is funny.
No, I think that's a good idea.
I don't know whether we talked about this on the air, but there's this place down in Orlando now that does like a medieval times, but with wrestling. So it's like wrestling times, and you're having your stupid dinner, and there's these fucking young kids wrestling in a ring in front of you.
Oh, it's not Greco-Roman wrestling?
No, it's
That should be the theme.
actually you're onto something there. But why not just do gladiators? Welcome to gladiator times.
Yeah.
Back in gladiator times.
I want the blue gladiator.
It's Janice!
Janice, how are you, honey?
Good. I'm concerned with Vito and his
Sure.
white shirt and butter. I see it being a disaster.
Well, I saw Chris fucking the other day destroy his own shirt with tuna fish, which I never thought was a sloppy food to eat.
Well, it's because I put so much, like I asked for extra mayo into the tuna fish, so
Yeah.
it becomes sloppy, watery fucking tuna.
Okay.
And then it just falls on my shirt.
Now I
By the
get
way,
it.
I can see Jen's expression from here. And because she has to deal with him eating a tuna sandwich pretty much every day.
Most
Jen,
days.
come on in and drop a dime on this guy. Come on. The eating habits of this show are fairly frightening. Fairly frightening. Where we literally, why, you feel yourself as dainty?
With my green juice.
Only compared to these people. Jen, by the way, Jen doing like kind of a cool Axl Rose look today.
She's got a very grunge look going.
Take me down to the paradise city. He's never stopped putting the fucking grunge shirt around his waist.
No, and in fact, when we saw him in concert, he did costume changes throughout the night. I would say somewhere between 10 to 15 costume changes. But the costume changes were changing his t-shirt and changing the color of the flannel around his waist.
Every time between songs. It was
And like it took a couple times to be like, wait, wasn't that a green flannel just a moment ago? And you're like, wait, he's changing his t-shirt and his flannel around his waist.
Let me explain the grunge thing. You put that flannel shirt because it was going to get cold later.
Right.
And you didn't want to wear it now, you want to wear it later. But he's in L.A. There's no reason for him to think, I better bring a flannel along.
Yeah.
Could drop down to 78
See,
tonight.
that was something that when I moved to New York and like a couple years ago, it was like flannel started to like come back. I was so excited because when I was young, I was like trying to look like a mini grunger and it was just very hot in Florida to just be wearing something tight around your waist.
Particularly when you're a person didn't even like grunge.
I mean, I was like a kid. It was like my like aunts and uncles. Like they were like
But was
that
there
age.
a grunge band that you ever liked?
Nirvana.
That's it?
Yeah. Nirvana. That's it.
All right, Jen.
And Hole.
This,
Does it count?
oh yeah, Hole counts. Because that's Nirvana
That's like
with somebody.
punky grunge. kind
Yeah,
of.
it's the same songs, but with someone else singing it. Because she could get up
Flannel
earlier
in
than Kurt.
Florida.
What's that?
Flannel in Florida.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's not good.
It's a way to die. Actually. It's a way to pass away. Now, Jen, you're forced to watch this tuna attack that takes place.
Yeah, I've not ate tuna since I've been working with him, and I haven't ate it because I'm so gross. My mom makes it. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. I smell it every day.
Oh, smell it. It's still good.
Not only do we smell it, but we can listen to it. I'm like, this is something that Jen and I discussed. How strange is it to, like, he eats it in a loud way. You would think tuna is a silent
So grossed out.
but it's so loud the way he eats.
Oh, Chris,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the new rule, okay?
All right.
Because I hate the people in this building who bring their lunch back. All right?
Yeah.
Leave. Have your tuna at fucking Tuna Town.
Okay. AKA Toasties.
You're gonna have to eat
Is
Toasties
Toasties
like
make
a
a
mutt.
It's passable. Like it's not.
So why do you eat it every day?
I don't. It's on the block, and I'm just trying to get some fucking tuna in me, and then getting back to work. That's all I want to do.
Salad Club sometime.
I'm not joining Salad Club. They have tuna there.
Why don't you take a lobster boat? It's only 30 minutes.
That's what he does in his lunch break at work. He just goes out to the lobster boat. I'll be back. It's only a 30-minute tour.
He's over the phone with Chris. Yeah, I know. It's only 3 weeks late, but I'll be back in 30 minutes.
How are the oysters?
Delicious.
All right, Janice, talk to you soon, sweetie.
Okay. Love you guys.
I didn't know my tuna habits were freaking everyone out around here.